Well, good morning. We're going to start a skeleton clock project. These are our two templates. I'm assuming that you ordered your templates to the NAWCC gift shop and you're ready to start. A couple things we need to get started. We need our two templates, two pieces of brass, some general purpose spray adhesive, and I would suggest clear box tape. Clear box tape was an idea that one of the groups came up with to protect the template once it's put onto the brass plate. There are some differences between these two templates. They basically look the same. The first real difference is the front plate here has a small little arc here, and that supports the pivot on the front verge, and this one here is not here. I would suggest not sawing these two together. If you have a lot of experience in doing a lot of sawing of parts like this out of brass, I guess it would be okay, but the experience I've been having with the first few students that did them together is they ended up sawing out this little piece here and having to add it in later. So to get started, we're going to take our general purpose spray adhesive, we're going to spray it on our brass plates and adhere our templates to that. I'll be back in a minute after I have that done and we'll keep on going. Okay, now I have my templates fastened to my brass plates. The next step I would probably do is start center punching my holes. If you look on the front plate, you have the green center marks. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. Here, 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 and here. I would center punch those now. The red marks for the dowel post here, here, and here I would center punch. This is for the center arbor, which is purple, and I would also do that one. These light gray ones here are just reference lines. We don't need to really worry about those right now. They just help in laying out the wheels for your clock. On the back plate, again, we have here and here. That's to support the bridge that holds the verge in. And I would also center punch this one up here. Let me see, I'll move this here. These two holes here, when I'm assembling my plates, will aid in putting my two plates together. This is also a good time before you do the center punching, if you do have some clear box tape to cover your templates. They'll really help preserving the center marks and keeping anything from scratching the plate. Really a good idea to have done. Well, now that we have that all done, we have our clear plastic tape on. I didn't put clear plastic tape on these because it reflects off of the light and doesn't give us a really good video, but let's just assume we did. We also have to do a couple other things. And one of them is we have to drill holes in these quadrants of this circle because we have to remove that material. So what I'm going to do is drill a small hole for my saw blade on each one of these quadrants. 3 holes in each, and I'm probably going to do 1 hole on each side of this here. That helps put my saw blade through so that I can saw out those center marks. Then I'll be able to go ahead and start sawing out my plates. As you can see here, I've drilled into each one of these quadrants 3 holes, and that's going to help me get my saw blade through so I can cut out these areas. The size of the drill is really not important. I would suggest a little bit smaller, maybe 3/16 drill at the most to drill these holes. You want to make sure you stay away from the line so that the quadrants will look the same when you're done. Okay, I'm going to start my sawing operations. As you notice here, I have a sawing block. In the instruction manual, it tells you where you can purchase something like this. I'd strongly recommend getting something like this or making something like this. It really helps keep your plates really sturdy, and will help so you don't break blades as often as you would otherwise. Trying to hold it in a vise is kind of a problem because you end up scratching some of the plates, and remember, everything that you scratch you have to take out later on. That's why this is a really good idea to use something like this. It's got a nice wooden block with a V in it, and the little clamp here works out real nice to clamp down onto the paper. This is our jeweler's saw. Not a lot of people have experience with a jeweler's saw, so I thought I would touch a little bit on this. One thing about the jeweler's saw is that we're always cutting in the down direction. We never want to cut in the up direction. So consequently, the teeth are put in opposite of like a hacksaw would be. The reason we want to cut in the downstroke, always in the downstroke, is it'll hold the material to the clamp block real nice and not vibrate and jump around, which will cause the blade to break. A really good suggestion when using a jeweler's saw is to use some paraffin wax, white paraffin wax, to lubricate your blade as you're working along your surface. So I'm going to start cutting on my project. I've always wanted to try to cut close to the block.